live? We are we live? Yes, we're live. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Off to a decent start. Toast, did you see I nailed that Tigers-Rangers game?
No, I missed it. What happened?
One day, you practice hard, do your research. One day you'll see the board like I see it.
What was your bet? Rangers first five?
I said Rangers first five and then bet Tigers live because they'll get to the bullpen, and that's exactly what happened. Right. Study up. Dude, don't worry. With hard work.
I'm pretty sure you made a bet that was minus 120. I hit a bet that was plus 110. I'm all right.
Yeah, I didn't actually live bet the Tigers.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm okay. But good call. Touche. Especially with a YouTube video. Good call.
Yeah. So we're going to go through the two NBA games first, but I'm pretty sure just me and Matt are the only two that want to talk about it. So we'll get through it pretty quickly. First one up. You guys, most of the people watching, I'm sure all of you guys already know who I'm betting because I did a YouTube video on it. I posted picks on the website, and I went on Ski's show. So by now, I'm sure you've heard my picks for these two games. So I'll make it quick. I won't repeat something I've said 3 different times already. But I went with the Pelicans in the first one, and before you even get it in your head, no, it's not because I think the Lakers want to lose. I think that's insane that people are saying that. A lot, in case you're unfamiliar with the narrative behind that, some people are saying the Lakers want to lose this game to avoid Denver in the first round. They'd rather play Oklahoma City. I call bullshit. I think the Lakers are going to have to beat Denver if they want to win the championship anyway, which is the ultimate goal. And why would they purposely put themselves in an elimination game with Golden State or Sacramento? By the way, the Kings are a team that always gives the Lakers problems. They don't play the Kings well. So, yeah, there's just no credence to that. That's not why I'm betting the Pelicans here. I'm betting the Pelicans based on what we saw on Sunday. And you might be thinking, what the hell do you mean? The Lakers beat up on the Pelicans on Sunday. They did. But so many things went wrong for the Pellies in that game, and so many things went right for the Lakers in that game that regression just seems like regression's just going to swing this back the other way. Number one, Zion Williamson, averaging 27 a night over his last 4 games, goes 4 of 13 with 12 points against the Lakers. Obviously, we expect him to have a much more productive night. Number 2, and this is the biggest one, turnovers. The Lakers won the turnover battle 19-15. The Pelicans turned the ball over 19 times on Sunday. If you're wondering why that's weird, the Pelicans are excellent at protecting the ball. In the last 10 games, they're 3rd in turnover rate. This Pelicans team doesn't turn the ball over. They turned it over 19 times on Sunday. And the Lakers and the Lakers winning a turnover battle is crazy in itself because the Lakers struggled to protect the ball. So the turnover battle was 19-15 in favor of the Lakers. I expect it to be 16-9 the other way this time. And if you're not good with the quick math, that's about 12 extra possessions the other way, which could result in about 15, 16 extra points. So that closes a lot of the gap right there. Pelicans are lighting it up from 3. They shot over 40% on Sunday. That's actually the worst three-point shooting game in their last 5. They're really lighting it up. Lakers have a bad perimeter defense. They're really struggling to defend the three-point shot. And I'll say this. No, I don't think the Lakers are trying to lose this game, but I feel like it's not the end of the world if they do lose it, where the Pelicans after Sunday, they want this one. So it's not that I think the Lakers would be trying to lose in any capacity, but I don't think the Lakers would consider it the end of the world if they did lose. This isn't an elimination game. So I like the Pellies to get their revenge and get the win here. I took the money line. I got it at minus 105.
I'm with you. I'm on the Pelicans money line as well. I also have some player props, but I'll be quick through them. I worry that 2 of them might be a little square. I'm on LeBron over. I got 8.5 assists. I got Austin Reeves 3+ made 3-pointers. LeBron's last 2 games against the Pelicans, he's had 17 assists on 24 potential assists last game, and then before that he had 14 assists on 19 potentials. It's just a good matchup for him. It's because the Pelicans don't guard the 3-point line. And they're one of the best teams in terms of guarding the pick and roll ball handler, which means that they kind of sell out to stop that, but not necessarily guarding the guys from perimeter or like guarding pick and roll men, stuff like that. Then that's kind of correlated to Austin Reeves 3-pointers. He's made 3 or more in 4 of his last 5 games against the Pelicans, 3 of 4 this year specifically. That includes last game. He went 3 of 7 from deep. If they're not going to guard him, like that's just how they play defense. And then the last one, you kind of hinted at it, Zion over. I got him over 23.5 points at plus 106. That's got nerfed. It's now 24.5.
Would you still take it?
I would still take it at 24.5. Yeah, I think it was minus 102 when I last checked. Fate of recent results there. Like, people are going to want to bet his under because he didn't play well last game. His last 2 games prior to that. Also, I'm on the Pelicans, by the way, not the Lakers.
Oh, my bad. You said that. I don't know why I messed it up.
No, all good. But yeah, like there's 2 games prior to this last one against the Lakers. He scored 26 and he scored 30 points, and Brandon Ingram played in both those games. Like, I'm not scared off of anything. So yeah, that's where I'm going with this one. I'm on the Pelicans with you, and then I got those player props.
Cool. Prop Beaver and Toast, anything to add before we move on?
No, I haven't paid attention to the NBA in quite some time, so no.
Toast, you said Pellies?
Yeah, Pelly's up. Pelly's up.
All right. We're Pelly's program. The community disagrees with us. Waiting for the results. 55%, 33% Lakers. So the community thinks the Lakers handle the Pelicans like they did on Sunday.
I'm a big Herb Jones guy.
He's awesome.
Who isn't?
He is awesome.
SEC Defensive Player of the Year in 2022.
Touche.
He's the man.
Let's get Modi up for Warriors Kings. So Warriors minus 2.5, Kings plus 2.5, over 223.5, under 223.5. All right, Warriors Kings. Again, you guys probably already know what I did here. I took Sacramento. I got it at plus 3. Look, I to be honest, I like tomorrow's games. I was saying this on Ski Show. I like tomorrow night's games a lot better than tonight's as far as betting value. 5 of the last 8 Warriors-Kings games have been decided by 1 possession, including 3 one-point games in a row. The last 3 times these teams met, it finished the Kings won 2 of them, Warriors won 1. All 3 were one-point games. And then dating back to their playoff series last year, these 2 teams play close games. So normally plus 3 or plus 2.5 in the NBA is kind of a nothing line. You're essentially betting on to win. I think in this particular series, the plus 2.5 does give you a little bit of edge because of how often we've seen them play a game down to the wire. But mostly the entire world's taking Golden State here, and I think Sacramento's wildly undervalued. They're playing really nice defense. The offense definitely is a little bit down, but the Kings are playing some great defense. Look, they've lost some games recently, but look at who they've played. They played Phoenix to a 1-point game. Suns, one of the hottest teams in the league. They lost to the Boston Celtics in Boston by 1. They lost to the Knicks in New York, one of the hottest teams in the league. I mean, if you put a lot of teams through the schedule the Kings just had, they're gonna be 2-5, 3-4. Like, no one's coming through a schedule like that looking great. You could probably make the argument that if De'Aaron Fox doesn't break his finger or whatever in the series last year, that the Kings eliminate the Warriors last season. So the idea like, oh, I can't see the Kings eliminating Steph Curry. We saw that shit last year. They were up 2-0. Actually, I think they were up 2-1 when Fox.
It was 2-0. It was 2-0.
When Fox broke a finger, it was 2-0.
Oh, sorry.
Because he broke his finger in game 4, I think.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying the season. Yeah, you're right. Yes, it started 2-0, and then
Right. So they were up 2-0. In that game, that series went to 7. I mean, that series was back and forth. The Golden State wasn't clear cut the better team there, and I think Golden State has aged a year, and the Kings have another year experience under their belt. No Monk hurts, and no Herter hurts, definitely. But the Kings have been missing those guys for a while now. They're still shooting the shit out of the 3 ball. And Golden State struggles defensively on the perimeter. The only thing that scares me a little, the 3-point shot should be there for the Warriors. And, I mean, it's tough. You got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Wiggins. You got a lot of guys that can knock down shots. And the Kings, as good a defense as they're playing, they're struggling on the perimeter. So the 3-point shot should be there for the Warriors, which is why, in addition to the Kings, I took the over, and I know that's super square. Everyone's taking the under here. I don't care. I think this is a 3-point shootout, and I'm happy to have a few extra points. This game feels really coin flippy to me, and it's a matter of, based on what we've seen the last month, in Sacramento, you're laying 2.5, 3 points. You mean to tell me on a neutral court the Warriors are 7.5, 8 points, 7.5 points better than Sacramento? No way. So I'm just playing the number here. Kings plus the points at home. I understand that everyone thinks Steph Curry's going to win this game. Maybe, but I'm holding some points, so I'll take the Kings.
I don't have any money on it, but I would lean towards the Warriors. I think the injuries to Herter and Monk are tough. And I just worry that like kind of like you said about the three point ball for the Warriors, like in one game elimination, it's like do or die by the three, and like who knows whether they're going to hit their shots or not, but they'll be available for them. The one player prop that I have is Fox. So this is another one. Like I got great CLV on all my plays. I took Fox over 27.5. Right now he's at 28.5 at -115. I would still take it there. He's historically played the Warriors well. He played them well before he broke his finger in the series. Last year, all 3 games, he's gone over the 28.5 number against the Warriors. He's attempted like about 8 above the break 3-pointers against them, and they'll give him that shot. Even though he's turned himself into a decent shooter, they'll give him that shot. And he also scores like the Warriors, despite not having a traditional big man. Now that they don't really play Looney anymore, they still funnel shots away from the rim, and they'll kind of give up shots a little bit. Like it's NBA.com defines it as in the paint, but not the restricted area. Like that's where they'll funnel the shots. They give up the second most over the last 10 games in that specific area of the court. That's where, like Fox, that's where he scores the most in that area on the Kings by far. And that's where he dominated in the 3 games against them this year so far. So I would lean Warriors. I didn't actually bet that one, but the Fox points is my favorite play for this game. And I also I stole this from, real quick. I stole this from Josh Lander. Sabonis under rebounds, I think is a really good play as well. I can't claim that as my own. He got that one, but I think it's a really good play. So I'm stealing it and taking it as my own.
I disagree with that. That's a bad play. That's a
bonus rebounds.
Yeah, that's just terrible.
Wait, did I say over? I meant under.
Under.
Oh, over is my play of the day. Sabonis rebounds.
It's play of the day. Toast is just saying that because he went to Gonzaga. Don't listen.
That's
to
true.
All right. So the poll's all over Golden State. I mean, you got to know that going in, everybody. I mean, everyone's betting the Lakers. Everyone's betting the Warriors. We knew that before we looked at it. So the sports books would clean up if the Kings and Pellies win tonight. But let's see. Let's move on to the next game. All right, let's talk some baseball. Twins, Orioles. All right, we got Paddock on the mound pitching against Grayson Rodriguez. Toast, do you want to get us started?
I have Baltimore first 5 run line for me. Grayson Rodriguez is essentially a bet on pitcher for me. He has been for a while. That's -118, by the way. But first, I just want to talk about Chris Paddock really quick because I think Paddock is kind of one of these underrated guys that I just won a nice bet with him the other day with the Twins money line against the Dodgers. But and he only gave up 2 runs in that game. But even in that game, he got pretty damn lucky. He could have easily given up 5 runs without a shadow of a doubt, and I wouldn't have even thought a second of it. He has looked good in his first 2 starts, but this Baltimore team is just absolutely rolling right now. Over their last few games, 7, 6, 5, 1, 9, 7, 7 runs scored. So they're just absolutely rolling right now. And with Grayson Rodriguez on the hill, I have no reason to believe that they're not going to continue here today. So I'll take them through the first 5. I'm not in love with the Baltimore bullpen just in general. So sometimes I try to stay away from that when I can. So I just want to isolate G-Rod here.
Pissed I didn't play Baltimore yesterday. I had it written down as one of my maybes, left it off.
Not to mention, I forgot to say, no Kimbrel, no Cano today. Most likely, they both went back-to-back days, so that's why I kept.
The question is, can you really trust the Twins lineup to hit any bullpen, whether it's the 6th arm out or this line? I have no faith in the Twins lineup at all right now. Prop Beaver, what are your thoughts on Toast Bet?
I'm kind of in agreement with him. I'm backing Grayson Rodriguez to go over 17.5 outs here. I got it at -115. The odds moved on ESPN. You could still get that at -120 on Bet.
I have to piss real quick. Be right back.
All right, I'll just explain my bet. He started off last year pretty rough, his rookie season, but over his last 14 starts, including this year, this is a guy with a 2.25 ERA, 2.68 WOBA, 108 WHIP. He's a stud. And that's when we really saw him start to get deep into games. In those 14 regular season starts, G-Rod's over in 9 of them, averaging 17.9 outs. And at home, he's over his last 6 to 7, averaging 19 outs, with the lone miss coming at 17 outs. In those home starts, G-Rod posted a silly 1.43 ERA, 0.4 home runs per 9, and 0.93 whip. I don't think we would be getting this line if G-Rod wasn't pulled just one out short at Fenway. So I already think we're getting some value here. And now the Twins are coming into town. Twins have struggled mightily against righties thus far. They're 28th in WRC+, 29th in OBP. And we've seen the last 4 or 5 righties to face them cash this line with zero issue. Flaherty had 19 against them. Maeda had 18. Manning had 20. Glass now had 21. The lone person who missed was Bobby Miller, and he just got added to the IL after his start. The sharpest book when it comes to MLB props, Caesars, has this priced at minus 139. I think that's more where it should be. I think this should be at like minus 150, minus 160. So just at minus 120, I think this is way too good to pass up, especially with the O's pen seeing some pretty decently heavy usage over the last 3 days. As the host mentioned, no Kimbrel or Cano today. So if he could go at least 6 innings here, the Baltimore club would love that.
100% love that.
Moda, do you have a dinger for us?
I do. I have Colton Cowser. Like the odds are just crazy. Plus 800 is ridiculous for how much this guy's been hitting. On my own channel, I gave out Gunnar Henderson as well, and I also actually took Rodriguez strikeouts as well, so I somehow had 3 plays in this game. But Cowser is the one that I wanted to highlight here because I just think those odds are ridiculous. The guy, he's been incredible. Like his last 14 days, 4 home runs, his ISO rate of 48.6%. That's the second best in the MLB over that span. A barrel rate of 20.8%. That's the 10th best in the MLB over the last 14 days. Hard hit percentage of 62.5%. That's the 4th highest. And I love the matchup against Chris Paddock as well. Chris Paddock is a righty. I mean, everybody on the Orioles has been crushing righties. That's why I like Gunnar Henderson as well. And even like Cedric Mullins, like all 3 of them, I could have been convinced. But 3 of the 4 home runs that Cowser's hit has been against righties. ISO rate of 50% against righties and a hard hit percentage, 52.5%. And Paddock has only faced 16 lefties this year, so it's a small sample size, but he's worse across the board in every statistical measure against left-handed batters than he is against righties. Well, specifically, the one I wanted to highlight was the fly ball ratio of 46.2%. That's horrible fly ball ratio. And he's also allowing a barrel rate of 10.3%. That's the 13th worst in the MLB. So he's allowing hard contact. He's allowing guys to hit fly balls. And with how good Cowser's been, like 800 plus 800 is crazy.
Okay, plus 800 for a possible Dinger Tuesday pick. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a promo on FanDuel, I believe. Not a Dinger Tuesday guy myself. But I like what Toast said, and that's probably where I'd go is the first 5 run line. I'd also consider the first 5 under 4.5. You can get it at minus 105. Oh, I'm sorry, minus 115, so it's juiced a little to the under. Just a fade of the Twins bats on the road against Grayson Rodriguez. All of the baseball people in my contacts that I trust all are big on Grayson Rodriguez. So him pitching at home against a really shitty Twins lineup, the Twins should have a 0 on the board after 5 innings. So either a Baltimore first 5 run line or a first 5 under, because I think the Baltimore lineup might be a little overvalued. Not that it's bad, but they're definitely regarded as one of the best lineups in baseball, and they're priced as such. So maybe if you don't fully trust the Baltimore bats and you think Paddock might pitch well, take the first 5 under, or I would just tail Toast in the first 5 run line. But I think if this is just a pass for me, I doubt this makes it on my ticket. Whoa. I don't know why I still have that on there.
No, Knicks NBA Finals. How'd that get up there? That's so weird.
77% of you said Baltimore, just 13% Twins. So Baltimore definitely a heavy public side here. Not saying that means you shouldn't bet them. Just pointing it out. All right. Next up. Marlins Giants. In Miami. G-Men came through. Is G-Men just New York Giants? Do they call the San Francisco Giants the G-Men also?
No.
Sorry. It don't sound like he was offended by that.
No, I was reading something at the same time. Sorry.
So, Toast, I don't know if you put this on your ticket, but I didn't put the Giants, and I could have used it yesterday. The bets I posted on the website went 0-3 yesterday, but my leans went 5-1. So frustrating. And unfortunately, Giants, I liked your take on the Giants, and I was down to tell you, and I didn't end up telling you. Any reason not to go right back to the Giants here?
I did. I don't love it. Some of the prop lines are kind of suspect. I did Giants first 5 run line. I just want to fade Ryan Weathers, who...
Wait. Run line? I have a money line graphic here.
It's run line for me. Yeah.
So it looks like Andy made you a first 5 money line graphic. So
it is money line. It is money line. He is 100% right. I didn't.
never mind.
It was only
You're good.
like a 15% difference. That's my bad. 100%. Yeah, it is San Francisco because I didn't want to worry about. It was only like a 15-cent difference. Anyway, regardless, we know that it's the Giants versus lefties is when we want to get them. This was the spot that we wanted to kind of yesterday with Puck on the mound. I will say that Weathers is a lot better than Puck, but he does have a walk issue. I also think that he's coming off probably one of his better performances of his career on the road at Yankee Stadium, only giving up 3 hits and 5 runs. So I don't really expect Ryan Weathers to pitch well here today. Jordan Hicks, on the other hand, faced San Diego twice, Washington once. He's been fantastic in all 3 starts. Like I said, some of the prop lines, I'm sure AJ can talk about it a little bit more, are a little bit concerning. There's no question about that, but I'm going to be fading this Miami team as much as possible. And I didn't really like what I saw from the Tampa Bay bullpen, or I'm sorry, from the San Francisco bullpen yesterday. Not to mention Camilo Duvall went 27 pitches. So he's, I mean, if he's available, he's going to be a little bit gassed. And they saw one of the Rogers brothers. So I don't really want to deal with it late in the ball game. Obviously Miami's trash, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I took San Francisco in the first 5.
You said one of the Rogers brothers pitched too?
Yeah, he's still available. I'm just saying, like, I just don't trust that San Francisco bullpen in any way, shape, or form.
What are you talking about? It was one of the best bullpens in baseball
AJ?
last year.
Currently, they're performing pretty bad, Kyle.
Oh my
Thank
God, we're 10 days into the season. You guys are
Okay,
crazy.
but I can't pretend to be like, you know what? They were good last year. I know they've been dog shit all season, but hey, today's the day.
You're right. You know what? You're right. Trust the Marlins bullpen instead. See how that
I
works
didn't
out.
say that. I said they're both dog shit. I'm just saying that I think there's more value in the first 5 personally.
So basically, out of what Toast just said about the Giants bullpen, the fact that Duvall threw 27 pitches is accurate. The rest is some superstitious bullshit.
No, it's actually
Prop Beaver?
I would go with the over here at 8.5.
What? I was about to say under.
no.
No. I know the Hicks has looked excellent in his second run as an MLB starter. But I feel like there's regression on the way. The numbers do suggest it. And while he has been lights out against righties, he's really been bad against lefties. 391 WOBA, just a 9.4 K to BB percentage. That's a 10% drop from against righties. 171 whip, 508 FIP. The first 4 or 5 batters in the Marlins lineup are all left-handed batters, and there's 5 lefties total in the lineup. On top of that, the Marlins against righties, quietly, nobody wants to talk about it. They're smashing righties. The last 7 righties to face the Marlins have a 7.82 ERA, 178 home run per 9, and a 151 whip. The one thing that has maybe not bet this yet, and I'm still thinking about it a little bit, is the fact that Jake Berger is out for this one. He's the leader for the team in WRC Plus and ISO. But Berger only took 1 plate appearance against Morton on Sunday, and the Marlins still managed 4 runs through the first 5. I think they had 7 total runs in that game. So I don't know. Maybe they could still put up some runs here on Jordan Hicks, who I feel is a bit overvalued. I just don't feel like he's going to be a 1 ERA pitcher. On the other side, we got Ryan Weathers, who looks actually pretty decent, but everything, the 1.5 whip, the 12 walk rate, the 6.19 xERA, the 5.4 xFIP, they tell us he's gotten lucky. There's some encouraging signs that his luck continues here because the Giants lineup through 18 plate appearances hasn't done well against him, but that's 18 plate appearances. He hasn't faced them since 2021, and the Giants are actually pretty good against lefties, 8th in WRC Plus, 5th in OBP. They've only faced 2 starting lefties thus far, but they cranked Corbin. They got 9 base runners on against Paxton. This is Giants lineup that heading into this year had a ton of success against lefties over the last 3 seasons. 6 of the 9 guys in their lineup have posted WRC plus of 114 plus against lefties. And on top of that, they have Tyler Fitzgerald batting 9th today. He's a rookie who came up last year, still on the team. He's been excellent against lefties thus far, and he's super fast. So he's essentially a second leadoff for them batting out of the 9th spot. I think that there's going to be runs here, especially with what Toast was saying. Both these bullpens haven't been good thus far. The Miami bullpen has been especially pissed, and the Giants offense tends to pick up as later innings go on. They're going to get 4 full frames to do damage later. I like the over in this game at 8.5.
Dude, Fitzy went 3 for 3 with a double yesterday.
Fitzy's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
Fitzy's a beast.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so over. I mean, I get it.
It went from 8 to 8.5 as well.
Yeah, there's definitely sharp money coming in on the over, and what you said makes sense about the Giants against lefties, and the Marlins are actually getting to righty starters. It's hard to visualize. Let's get Modai up here first before I think I'm leaning towards the Giants, but let's hear what Matt has to say. You have an angle for us here, Matt?
I got another gong play here. I'm going with Jorge Soler, plus 330 odds to hit a home run. I love this spot for Soler. Granted, like the one real downside here is that it's Marlins Park. It's in a dome, but it's not a hitter's park, so you really have to get a hold of one to send it out. I think he should be able to do that against Ryan Weathers. He's got really good power numbers, like 28.6% ISO rate last 14 days. Fly ball ratio of 58.1%, which is really good. Like the best power hitters, if you look at last year, their fly ball ratio is like 50% and above. So 58% is just showing like he's just swinging for the fences. And then over the last 14 days, specifically against lefties, ISO rate of 36.4%, fly ball ratio even higher at 62.5%, and a pull rate of 58% as well. But what I love is what I love specifically about the matchup is that Ryan Weathers, he throws fastballs over 50% of the time, and Soler annihilates fastballs. He's got the 10th highest runs above average, specifically against fastballs over the last 14 days. And like considering all his numbers suggest that he swings for the fences, like highest runs above average, just RBIs coming from dingers. So like the plus 330 does take into account a lot of like the numbers that I gave out, but I still think that the Soler home run's a good play.
I mean, that's a really short price for a home run prop there, Matt.
I feel like they're saying something there.
Yeah, Jordan's like 250 today. It's like their books are telling you he's going to hit a home run.
All right, well, if we're getting a Soler home run, then
guys,
yeah,
I think you guys are overthinking this. Actually, no, Toast kind of has the right. This is a short price. Why not just go back to the Giants against the worst team in baseball?
I have no disagree with that. I just wanted to do the first 5 because I think that Weathers is coming off his best start of his career, and I think the Giants can get to him. No Berger, that's their best righty. Arise is their next guest guy. He has no power. Jazz and Nick Gordon are the next two. They can't strike. They like to strike out a ton, so I'll take my chances.
Yeah,
I feel like this price is priced like this for a reason, Kyle. Don't you think? I feel like you're underthinking it a bit. I mean, Ryan
yesterday
Weathers
the Giants were
is
minus
just a
150.
short dog. This guy sucks.
Giants were minus 115 yesterday. I said the same shit.
Jordan Hicks has looked impeccable thus far. Just a short favor on the road against a Miami team who could barely scrape together wins. I mean, it sounds so easy, doesn't it? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
maybe you're underthinking.
No,
Over.
That's so no way I bet the over. I'm writing Giants down on my maybe list. And I don't even know why Toast is isolating it to the first 5. The Giants have the bullpen advantage, the rest advantage. Like, what the hell?
Because I don't trust the Giants bullpen.
So you trust the Marlins bullpen? The idea if you think the Giants
I don't want to
bullpen is
be in
better.
a coin flip situation where somebody hits a home run and I lose my bet. I'll take my chances with the starting pitcher that I know is going to be out there for 5 innings.
Kyle will come out and say it, but he hates first 5 bets.
I know he does.
I just had a Rangers first 5 bet just a couple hours ago.
No, I'm just shocked because you hate them.
I don't hate them. I just think you guys
every time somebody
you
gets
guys
first
force
5,
them.
but why not extend it to the full game? But why not?
You guys force them. That's why.
Okay. All right.
Next up.
Next.
Rockies, Phillies, and this is not a joke. Yesterday in the office, Prop Beaver referred to himself as the Rockies whisperer. He said that.
Rockies.
That's not
Who else is 3-0 on the Rockies this year? Who friggin' else?
Are you 3-0 on the Rockies for real?
Yes.
You're 3-0 betting the Rockies. Oh my
Yes.
God. That's actually impressive. All right. So we got Rockies on the road. All right, Rockies whisperer.
The Rockies whisperer has no words for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Phillies, I would love to back Ranger Suarez here. He's a beast, but the Phillies are so utterly pissed. There is no value in backing him, so I'm not going to. I'm passing.
The Rockies whisperer, his in-depth expert insight on the Rockies is pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. After we just cashed yesterday, he did.
When I whisper about the Rockies, I go on for days. But until then,
so you're not whispering today.
Nope.
Yeah, it's a pass for me. I like Ranger Suarez on the road much more than I like him at home. And he hasn't pitched like exceptionally well against the Rockies the last couple of years. 1 start at home, 1 start away, 10 total innings, 10 runs. I mean, it's again nothing special. Not that Austin Gomer's special, and Phillies should be hitting left-handed pitching much better here, but there's no way in hell I pay this price with this team. So it's an absolute pass. Maybe Alec Boehm hits runs and RBIs because he's a lefty killer, and I really like that kid. But yeah, I don't have no interest betting this game.
Yeah, I was hoping you guys gave me something because I got nothing. Modai?
I took the under mostly because the Phillies suck, and like there's no scenario in which they're going to score a bunch of runs, like especially against left-handed pitching. Yeah. Yesterday they went. I mean, he's not a lefty, but like everybody was like, "Oh, Cal Quantrill or whatever, they're going to get their bats back." And they were terrible. They scored one run the first 10 innings, and then they walked it off in the 10th inning. And they're like, I just have no faith in this Phillies off. Like Bryce Harper hit 3 home runs in one game, hasn't done anything since. Schwarber surprisingly has done well against lefties this year, but that's not something that I count on to continue. And they're just like the last 13 days, their team ISO rate of 8.9% against left-handed pitching. It's disgusting. 5th worst in the MLB. And I like Ranger. Like he's been pitching really well this year. Granted, like the Rockies bats have been a little bit better than I would have thought heading like just doing research against lefties. But this is an underplay for me.
Yeah, that under sounds good. But I mean, with these two starting pitchers on the mound, specifically Gomer, I don't know. But the Phillies bats are pretty bad
Can't do
right
anything.
now. Yeah, so let's just get to the
Dude,
next
you could
game.
get Phillies team total under 4.5 at plus 105. Like that's
Yeah, because it's
almost
Gomer. They're at home against Gomer.
I know, but to score 5 runs to have it juiced to 140 is kind of ridiculous, in my opinion. That team's terrible.
This is the biggest disappointment for me last night. Well, actually, the biggest disappointment for me last night was Arizona, and I don't know. I'll never look at that team the same.
Dude, that was I can't.
Bro,
Yeah.
I've never seen a team in the Cubs so desperately try to give their opponent the game.
I was watching that Arizona game last night. My wife looked at me. She goes, "Isn't this the team that beat the Phillies?" And I said, "Yes."
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
terrible. But we'll get to that in a few games from now. Savale's been pitching well at home. Sorry, I mean, I can't believe the Rays only got 3 runs off freaking Sandoval yesterday.
I had the Rays first 5 run line, and it was probably the luckiest cash I had all day.
I was so happy for you, Toast. I was
Oh
like,
my
wow,
God.
what a lucky
Jesus Christ.
I had Rays
Yeah.
team total over 4.5, and I did not get so lucky.
I didn't deserve it. I didn't in any way, shape, or form. So
what do you
that
like?
said-
You like the matchup for Savale here?
Yeah, I'm going to the Rays today. I got the Rays minus 130 or something like that, minus 140. Yeah, first and foremost, the Rays. I got to talk about the Rays bullpen. They've had issues. There's no question about that. I just refuse to believe that they're this bad. And now with Fairbanks ready to go, Jason Adam only pitched 8 pitches yesterday. Pache hasn't went in a couple days. Armstrong's ready to go. Phil Maton didn't have a good day yesterday, so he's going to be down. So we're going to get Savale, who's again, they just saw the LA Angels. I get that, but he's actually been really, really good this year. And going back to last season, I trust him. But yeah, I just trust this Rays team, especially at the Trop. I don't trust this LA team. Not to mention the LA bullpen isn't. I mean, they're all available, but everybody went yesterday. They had 4
Estevez
guys
through
yesterday.
Yeah,
So-
Estevez through.
So, I mean, yeah, again, they're all available, but it is what it is. I don't really trust Soriano. The Rays versus righties isn't anything special, but at home against the Trop, I just think this is a good spot with Savale and a full rested bullpen behind him to take a chance. So I did bet the Rays today.
I'm on board with everything you said about the Rays situation pitching wise. I'm on board to buy low on the Rays bullpen. They're definitely undervalued. That they're not. We know they're not this bad. I'm with that. I'm on board to trust Savale making a home start. I'm with that. Where I'm not on board is the Rays bats against righties. Wouldn't the Angels team total under be a better bet, you think, if you like the Rays pitching line matchup?
Possibly.
All right, so let's see what Prop Beaver thinks first. What are
Yeah,
your thoughts on what I just said?
What are your thoughts on what you just said?
I said so Toast likes the Rays. I think the better look would be to just go Angels team total under.
I can't take a team total under against Tampa with that bullpen, even with the high leverage arms. I don't.
And
Really
It's a
care.
buy low on the
I
Tampa
don't agree.
bullpen.
I don't agree with the buy
Angel
low.
team total is
Fairbanks
3.5.
command is all over the place. Fairbanks command is all over the place. I have no trust in him. So
Oh, you don't like his command?
no, I don't like his command. So I'm not backing that. No, I don't agree with you. I really don't like betting these rematches. These 2 just squared off last week. So I'm not going to actually bet it. But if you wanted a bet for me, I would say take the Rays through the first 5. I mean, Savali's been rock solid all season. Angels are underwhelming against righties. And Soriano is only making the second start of his career, and it's against the same team. If you think the familiarity angle works against Savali too, then I would suggest the over. But that would be the way I go here.
Do I have a graphic for that? Or is it just a lean?
I texted.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I do have it. Okay. I also have a home run graphic for this one, which means Matt Modi's got something. Is that
Isaac Paredes. I'm not actually.
Come on,
I think it's
Paredes.
It's Paredes.
Yes, come on now.
I can't do the. I can't roll my R's.
You said Isaac.
He was like Paredes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean close enough. I love the spot for him. 38.2% ISO rate last 14 days. Really good fly ball ratio and pull ratio as well. Fly ball over 51.2%, pull of 45.7. The risk with him is he really hasn't been able to get a ton of barrels. Like he's not done a good job barreling up the bat. That's like why we're getting the plus 600 odds. If you look at his last 14 days, he literally has more home runs than he does barrels, according to Fangraphs, however they metric that. But when he gets a hold of a baseball, he just crushes it. And that's what he should be able to do against Jose Soriano. He's allowing a barrel rate. Soriano is of 13.3%. That's terrible. He's that's a hard hit percentage of 43.3%. That's terrible. And he's a righty, and all of his damage Paredes has done with his home runs have come against right-handed pitching. So that's where I went with him.
I also like him because he cashed for me one dinger Tuesday, the first of the year. Also at home, he's like way, way better. He's like 900 OPS at home compared to like not very good on the road. So
Here's the thing, Toast. I don't know how you're so willing to jump behind this Rays lineup after you admittedly were lucky to get your first 5 yesterday.
Because because they've already seen this guy before. It's only his second start, and I'm probably going to get multiple shots at a dog shit Angels bullpen. I'm good.
How is it only a second start and he's 0-2? Or did Andy mess up the graphics?
Well, he may have lost the relief appearance this year.
Oh, it's his second start. Okay, got it. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I'll put my faith into... No, you know what? I'm putting my own pick on the screen. Angels team total under.
3.5.
Yep, and you can get it at plus money. Angels team total under 3.5. Savali at home, a fresh, rested Rays bullpen that has nowhere to go but up. That's at plus 105, I saw too. So I'm putting that on my maybes list, but a prop Beaver seems pretty intent on the Tampa Rays bullpen being one of the worst in baseball. So I have a little bit of hesitation there.
I think it's stinky.
Yeah, we know. Next up, we got Yanks Blue Jays, and you guys know I already bet this one. I took the over, but I'm not opposed to a Yankees team total over either. They just saw Kikuchi. They got blanked last night. I think it's a good spot for the Yankees bats to come alive. Now, the problem is I'm not really ready to just put my money on Carlos Rodon making a road start here. So instead of trying to play the Yankees, I just went with the over. Over 8.5, especially the way that this game looked last night. A lot of people probably expecting a low-scoring game with Kikuchi's numbers. I think the Yankees get to Kikuchi here. And Rodon, kind of a wild card, but he's off to a pretty good start. He's due to get hit up too. So I'm on the over. Prop Beaver?
Yeah, I took Rodon under 4.5 Ks here. Got it at plus 120 this morning on PointsBet. It's at plus 115 now on PointsBet still, but most of the other books have it at even money, if not negative odds. So would definitely line shop on this one. I'm just selling high on Rodon. Feels like a bit of an overreaction to Rodon's 6K performance at home against Miami, a lineup that's one of the worst in baseball against lefties. And I'm just simply not impressed with Rodon through 3 starts. Sure, the 1.72 ERA looks like some major improvement over last year, but he's still got an 8.7 K minus BB percentage, a 1.47 whip, and a 5 xFIP. That tells me that he's not back and that he's due to get rocked soon. In terms of K stuff, he only ranks 33rd percentile in K percentage, 25th in whip percentage, and 56 in chase. The Jays bats are 3rd lowest in chase percentage, 8th lowest in whiff, while 8th highest in zone contact and 7th highest in chase contact. They've specifically been excellent against lefties, sitting 1st in K percentage this season, just 14.5%. Rodon's main 2 put-away pitches thus far have been his changeup and his slider. The Jays versus lefty sliders and changeups own the 4th lowest K percentage last year, and they also own the lowest K percentage against them this year. Rodon owns just an 18.2 K percentage against righties at night going back to last year. That's his worst spot, set to face 8 of them. We saw Rodon start off the season at Houston and Arizona, who sit right behind the Jays at 3rd and 2nd in K percentage against lefties, respectively. Rodon managed just 4 and 3 Ks in those games. I'm willing to bet that another tough road opponent can hold him under here. Let's not forget he's still under his last 9 of 16, headed back to last year, averaging 4.8. And we're getting Fairchild as a home plate umpire. He's a bit hitter friendly. At plus money, can't pass up the value here. All over fading Rodon today, no matter which way you want to do it. Earned runs, Jay's first 5 team total over. I think this is the game where Rodon finally gets exposed.
So someone asked what KS means. Okay, so that's strikeouts. That's K's. Andy, when you're doing strikeout graphics, do capital K, lowercase s. But yeah, that's he's saying under 4.5 strikeouts.
Or an apostrophe.
Sauce, what does KS mean?
Does Andy know what an apostrophe is?
Dude, he doesn't know his own name. Literally didn't spell his own name right the other day.
That's actually true.
We discussed another time.
All right, Modi, what do you think?
Yeah, I know Toast already mentioned this one pre-show. Davis Schneider Dong plus 5-10 odds at Bet Rivers. He probably has better numbers than I do, but home run against left-handed pitching, it's basically what it comes down to for Davis Schneider. He just crushes left-handed pitching. This year, ISO rate 46.2%. Last year, ISO rate against lefties, 46.2, and then this year 51.2. I think I might have mixed that up. Barrel rate 15% this year. All 8 of his career home runs have come against lefties. I had to triple check that to make sure that it was correct. And all he swings for the fences. Fly ball rate of 50% against lefties. Pull rate of 75% against lefties. Plus 5-10 odds is for this one at Bet Rivers.
Schneider home plus 510 is the odds. For some reason, I don't have a graphic for that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I sent it over, but that's where I went.
All right, so let's bring up Toast. 1 second. Hold on. I had to type that in, so let me move it over to Matt. All right, Toast. What are your thoughts on my over?
I have no issue with that. I really liked the Jays yesterday. I really like them here today. But I'm going to play Jays team total over 3.5 minus 140 on DK. I think that's the best way to attack it. I'm thinking about putting the Jays money line on there too. It seems like the books are taking a lot of Yankees money in action at that plus money, and they seem to be completely fine with it. Only thing I can really add with the Rendon situation is that he really struggles against righties. Toronto's going to have 8 right-handed bats in that lineup. I did have a dinger Tuesday on Goat Schneider just because he obviously crushes left-handed pitching. He's a 1.3 OPS guy versus left-handed pitching, and at home he's a 996 OPS guy, which is best on the team. So he loves hitting in Toronto. I just feel like this team total is way too low. I've been really successful in this team total market over the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to continue to, I guess, trust my gut, you can say. But I just feel like 3.5 is a little bit too low with this Toronto team just really starting to get to feel themselves right now. And I think Rondon's ready for a blow up here very soon. So yeah, Jay's team total over 3.5 for me.
Cool. Yeah, I could get on board with that. And I like how you brought up the Rodon splits against right-handed bats, because I talked about on YouTube yesterday. He has terrible numbers against righties, and like Toe said, 8 righties in the Toronto lineup tonight. Our poll likes the Yankees.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. And they got Danny Jansen back, which is pretty big in my mind. Jansen is a very good hitter for a catcher, and he's got a lot of power. So for him to be back in the lineup is big.
He's been injured?
Yeah.
Yep, this is his first game back.
Okay, so now you take Fat Boy Kirk out and you put in that pop with Jansen in there. We're good to go.
Dude. Kirk. What a guy.
All right.
It just pisses me off if he
Why
gets
are people talking about LeBron in the comment? I swear to God, some people are so obsessed with that guy, they'll bring LeBron into any conversation. We're talking about Yankees, Blue Jays.
Nothing is more irritating when Kirk gets a single and then the next guy behind him ropes a double and he's on second because he can't run to third.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
It's so fucking irritating.
All right, Pirates, Mets, and Moda, I just have one question for you. How do you not bet the Mets here? Just kidding. This is actually a pirate spot in all hell. Toast is about to tell you about the Mets bullpen situation. It's bad.
How'd you know?
It's ugly. I'm the Mets guy, but you got to play Pittsburgh here. I'm sure Toast has this on deck. The Mets don't have Diaz. There's no Ottavino. There's no Drew Smith. The Mets, which is already a shaky bullpen to begin with, have nobody to come out of the pen. So unless Quintana's about to throw 8 strong, I think this is a Pirates game, unfortunately. Or if you really believe in the Mets lineup, because they are scoring, maybe an over at 7.5. It is a low total. But I think this is a Pittsburgh spot. And I'm wearing a Mets shirt. That's how you know I like it. Actually, let's bring Toast up first.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. It's Pirates or pass. I did bet the Pirates and then I cashed out. I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling with the Mets team. I don't know what it is. This Jaron Jones kid is really, really good. Beaver's going to talk about most likely his splits, and he's probably going to could struggle a little bit against this Mets team. But I just feel like the Mets have a real method of victory. They have their starter go a certain amount of innings, and then they kick it to their bullpen where they have Diaz, Ottavino, and Raley. So when all 3 of those guys aren't available, and you're going to have essentially as Jorge Lopez as your high leverage guy, that's just a really bad spot to be in if you're a Mets backer right now. So I would say over or pass or Pittsburgh. I don't know. I don't know what it is with Pittsburgh. I don't know. I just can't seem to get this team right when I bet them when I do. But yeah, it's Pittsburgh or pass for me.
So to see what me and Toast are talking about, here's the Mets bullpen here. You can see no Edwin Diaz. He pitched the last 2 nights. Same goes for Ottavino and Brooks Raley. Drew Smith also threw 19 pitches. Now, you might look at the Pittsburgh Pirates bullpen and be like, hey, Pirates are pretty thin also. They're missing some guys. But this Mets bullpen specifically is so top-heavy. They do not have depth. They have 2 or 3 arms you can rely on. When you get deeper than that, they have nobody. So I really do think this is a Pirates spot. And this is coming from somebody who's been pretty much blindly betting the Mets since they started 0-5. In my opinion, this is a Pirates spot.
The Mets it's a very clear path for the victory for the Mets. They love using all 3 of those guys back to back to back. It's very set up perfectly for them.
Prop Beaver, do you agree Pirates spot?
Yeah, I would have to agree Pirates or pass. I'm pretty pissed because I wanted to play DJ Stewart over 1.5 bases, the hottest man in baseball right now, but they don't have he's not in the starting lineup today, which, if anything, makes me lean more towards the Pirates because Jared Jones, really what he struggled against is allowing power to lefties. DJ Stewart's the only guy in the Mets lineup who's above average in terms of ISO and is a lefty. He's been crushing righties thus far. His last 5 games, I think he has like an ISO above 500, and now he's not in the lineup, which really sucked for the Mets. Jared Jones, his main issue is allowing power, but if you look at the Mets' recent run, it really hasn't been due to power. It's been due more so to getting guys on base and racking up the hits and the walks and just kind of stringing runs together. I don't really know if you're going to be able to do that against Jones, who's so good at limiting base runners like he is. And then on top of that, there's the conditions in the ballpark tonight. Heavy winds coming in. I believe it's a 17% decrease in runs, 18% decrease in home runs, and like a 19% decrease in extra base hits. That's huge for Jared Jones because that's his main issue, allowing those big hits. If those big hits become smaller hits, well, then Jared Jones has no issue here because he's been excellent in just about every other regard. So, yeah, I would have to lean Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, I'm adding this to my list. I think I'm going to bet this. And that, I'm glad you brought up the win because in my head, the line makes perfect sense, but the total didn't until you just said that. So I like that, and which means Modi might be passing on this game. No dong, no Modi.
I do. I didn't bet this one. What I give out is actually Mets first half money line, just because I wanted to fade the Pirates lineup against lefties. They're like, if you look at their last 14 days against lefties, they're like bottom 2 in every single category and bottom 1 in a lot of them. They're the worst WRC plus, lowest WOBA, second lowest WRA, lowest OPS. I didn't want to go full game obviously because you guys mentioned the I didn't have a graphic for this one. Sorry, that is my bad because I ended up adding it late. But I didn't bet it. That's where I would lean. I just could mostly just, I guess I could do like Pirates first 5 under, but it's mostly just fading their lineup against lefties.
Someone had I have a Pirates Mets under graphic here. I guess that's what people were talking about.
That's what I had, and then I changed it because I looked at the bullpen, and then I changed it.
All right, so yeah, the bullpen.
I'd lean under 2 if I had to.
Even with those bullpen situations,
I would lean first 500 at like 4.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
60% of the community is on the Pirates here. So yeah, we like the Pirates today. Oops. Cleveland, Boston. This one, I already bet this one. I got Boston last night. Sir, most of you were probably on it with me because I uploaded it on YouTube and I posted it in the Discord. I like the Bo Sox here. Like the matchup for Whitlock a lot more than Tanner Bybee. Tanner Bybee really struggling against left-handed bats. The Red Sox are going to have 7 lefties in the lineup. I actually don't even have the notes in front of me, but I did a whole video on this game. I like Boston. I got it as a pick 'em at -110, so I guess I got 5 cents of CLV if that's worth anything. But yeah, I'm on Boston to win here.
Since I'm up, I'll just say I tailed Beaver, but I did first 5 run line. I'll let Beaver talk about it. It's literally a pure tail of Beaver. I just did the run line because it's +120. So, but it's a pure tail of Beaver's bet.
Okay. So it looks like Prop Beaver likes the first 5 run line then?
All right.
No.
Money line.
I'm a money line guy. Yeah, I got the first 5 money line at -110. You could still get that at -115 on ESPN, -116 on FanDuel. So still lots of value to be had there. Yeah, I really like this spot for Boston. They're coming off that disgusting 6-0 loss in the marathon game yesterday. That was pretty tough to watch, not gonna lie. And now we got Tanner Bybee, who, yes, was excellent last season for the Guardians, but he's off to a brutal start this year. 5.93 ERA, 12.3 walk rate, 1.83 whip, and on top of that, a 14.3 barrel rate. So not only is he allowing a ton of base runners, he's getting hit really hard. And who is that against? The A's, the Twins, and the White Sox, who sit 24th, 27th, and 28th in WRC plus against righties. The Red Sox, despite being underwhelming against righties overall thus far, they're going to be his toughest challenge yet. And why I really like the first 5 here is because while the Sox production against righties may be kind of weak overall, they've been great through the early frames. Innings 1 through 5, they're 8th in WRC plus, 8th in ISO, 11th in OBP. Innings 6 through 9, they're 30th in WRC plus, 29th in ISO, and 30th in OBP. The last 9 righties to face the Sox have now combined for a 5.48 ERA, 1.96 home run per 9, and 1.41 whip. And Bybee specifically has struggled majorly against lefties. Sox will be starting 7 without Story today. Thankfully, Rafael Devers is indeed in the lineup today, which is great. And if he's struggling against the lefties on those ass teams, how's he going to fare against the lefties on this Boston lineup? On the other side, we got Garrett Whitlock. A week ago, I'd be afraid to fade these Guardians bats, but look at the last 3 righties to face him. 1.08 ERA, 0.54 home run per 9, 0.96 whip. And one of those games was a horrible matchup for Clark Schmidt. He is terrible against lefties. He completely clamped them, and he was striking them out left and right. And I like the matchup for Whitlock a lot here. He's been better at Fenway. On top of that, he's much better against lefties, and the Guardians start 7 daily. He's been very impressive thus far. I think the Guardians' best chance of winning this game is in the late innings. I like the value in backing a red-hot Whitlock to keep dealing in one of the best spots early and to win the first 5 frames. Give me the Red Sox through the first 5.
You should play the full game.
Dirty water.
Yeah, you should back the offense, who's dead last in the league through the final 4 frames.
I was making a joke. Relax.
I got nothing. I got nothing on this one. You guys tempted me to bet Boston, but I got nothing.
Boston. 48%, 43% in favor of the Bo Sox. So community's pretty split on that one, slightly leaning towards Boston. Next up. Whoops.
Causes is going deep.
Royals, White Sox. Man, White Sox were so close to my +1.5 yesterday.
Dude, that's so gross yesterday. God, it's nuts.
They held the Royals to 5 hits. Like, I deserve that
felt
one.
like-
Mastrini
yeah.
was good, man. Mastrini was
crazy.
good,
He
too.
was good.
Yeah,
I know.
he was.
What the hell?
All right. So, obviously, we know that the score of this game last night was 2-0. That kid Destrini really did pitch well. Is that the Royals' bats cooling off, you think? We got a kid pitching for Chicago making his MLB debut here. I mean, weren't Toast, you might remember this. Let's bring up Toast first, actually. Weren't pitchers making their major league debuts actually profitable last year?
Yeah, I think so. I thought
I remember talking about that on the show last year.
They've had a couple guys. I remember even going back, like 2 or 3 years ago, like when AJ Alexi came up for the Rangers and he was winning a whole bunch of games. Like, yeah, it's definitely, I can see it. I did play Kansas City Royals first 5 run line today, and paid a little juice for it at minus 120. But for me, and to answer your question, is the Royals offense slowing down? Yeah, they are. They've had 2 runs or less in 3 of their last 4 games. They had an 11 sprinkled in there, a 13, a 12 if you go back a few games, but their offense has definitely slowed down a little bit. But I'm getting Brady Singer here, who I think he's going to blank this White Sox team. He obviously last year was not Brady Singer's year. He was terrible last year and all of 2023. He went into Chicago last year and got absolutely blown up. But before that, he had pitched pretty damn well against this White Sox team. He has faced them already this year. He went 6 innings, 6 1/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. And the Royals are facing another guy making his major league debut. So I truly believe the White Sox aren't going to score here. So if the Royals just get 1 or 2 across, they're going to be fine. So yeah, I'm willing to pace the deuce with Brady Singer. I have no issues with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with you. The problem, like what you said, is right. The Royals probably only need 3 runs to win this game. 1 run probably cashes the first 5 run line.
I also like that the Royals, as much as like the Royals haven't scored, the names in their lineup are starting to hit well. Like Vinny Pasquantino starting to hit the ball well. So I think it's only a matter of time before they continue to roll. So not to mention the Royals are fucking really good. I mean, they're 8-2 their last 10 games. So it's not like they're playing bad baseball.
It's just so expensive for a team where you don't entirely trust their lineup.
I wouldn't be so gung-ho on it, but me playing these first 5 run lines in this minus 115 to minus 130 has been very profitable for me this year, so I'm going to continue to ride it.
I mean, I guess I kind of agree with that. Moto, what do you got for this one?
I have a prop. It's not a home run. It's a Bobby 1.5 total bases. I took him, hit a home run last night, and he hit a ball like 400 feet. Didn't quite make it out of the ballpark. And for today, there's 20 mile per hour winds blowing in. So not a game I wanted to do a home run, but I wanted to, I looked up this pitcher because I was curious, and this is according to MLB.com. I'm not going to pretend to have done my own scouting on this guy, but they basically say that he's got a good cutter and nothing else that he has is special. And he's like projects to be a solid number 4 starter. And I just wanted to back Witt, who's just been on fire. He leads the MLB in hard hits last 14 days, last 2 weeks. Barrel rate of 22%. That's the 9th highest in the MLB. ISO rate of 24.1%. That's just below the excellent threshold. But he's been hitting the ball so well that so I went with Bobby Witt. And there, I did send that over, so I don't know what happened. Maybe
I don't have a graphic for it. I don't know. He must have missed it. What was it,
Bobby
Bobby
Witt? Man, this kid, he doesn't care.
Bobby Witt, what?
Over 1.5 total bases, minus 115.
I did watch a little bit of this Cannon kid because I just wanted to see it. And I did write down he spent most of his time in high A or double A last year, and then he's only pitched 9 2/3 innings in triple A, and he's given up 3 runs and 10 hits and 5 walks. So hopefully he doesn't have a walk issue today. It might be a long day for him.
Prop Beaver, do I see a White Sox first 5 team total over in here? I was scrolling through the graphics and I was like, who the hell is betting that mess?
Yeah, I don't think I'll actually get to the window on it because I'm looking at the weather right now. Apparently there's rain and thunderstorm chances in this one, so I feel like I'd be an idiot if I actually put this on a ticket of sorts.
I'll co-sign that.
Shut up. When this shit cashes with flying colors, you're not gonna
be able to say shit because you didn't actually bet it. You didn't actually bet it. So you can't.
All right, I'll bet it, but I'm not putting on the ticket. Okay, my money will go on it. I'm not gonna ask anybody else to do it. But this is what I will be betting today on this game. This is what I would be betting. I love Brady Singer. He's made me a lot of money over the years, but all that has come at home. I've learned this the hard way. You can't back this man on the road against his division rivals. You can't do it. Since 2021, Singer's 3-8 with a 7.01 ERA, 1.66 WHIP, and 1.64 home run per 9 through 16 road games against the AL Central. He's allowed his opponent in those games over this total his last 10 to 13 in those spots. Singer's also struggled greatly against these White Sox on the road through 5 starts. 66 ERA, 1.79 WHIP, 1.32 home run per 9, allowed the Sox over the total in all 5. Now, this will be the worst White Sox lineup yet. There is no denying that. But this is also going to be the second time the Sox lineup is seeing him in 2 weeks, and it will be Singer's first road start of the season. Sox are also going to be starting 6 lefties today. Singer's been much more vulnerable against left-handed batters thus far and for most of his career. I think if there is a spot where this atrocity of a baseball team can manage 2 runs early, it would be here. And at plus 110, it would be a solid price to back him at. That's all I'm saying.
You need the White Sox to score 2 runs.
It's not crazy.
Yes, it is. I don't even understand. I don't understand any of the logic behind the bet. I might take White Sox first 5 team total under.
You don't understand the logic behind a lot of my bets. Every Rockies bet I placed, you've never understood.
I
told
knew
the history and it repeating itself.
Oh, is that what it's about?
I was aware
White
of
Sox
Singer in the division. I
would lean towards siding with Toast, which would be a direct fade of Prop Beaver.
We could both win that bet too, though. It could be 3-2 after 5, and we both cap.
Unlikely.
Placing it right now.
Next game.
Ideal.
Padres. What do you have to say for yourself, Toast?
Friars.
Yeah, what the hell was that yesterday?
What was that?
You could have just said that you switched your bet, but you didn't.
I didn't bet the Padres. I did not bet the Padres.
So what the hell was that entire fiasco yesterday?
Yeah, what was that other than you making me really uncomfortable?
Yo, I just told anytime a line moves,
this is what happened. You go, yeah, it's a Brewer spot here, and I said, yeah, I agree. I'm betting the Brewers, and you were like, go ahead, do it.
Yeah,
you're like catering them.
Bet it 25 cents after the good number left. That's the huge difference for me. That is huge to me. Like how I was taught, like that is just huge to me. Like I'm never going to do that. So I didn't like the Brewers moving 30 cents or 20 cents or whatever the number was. It doesn't matter. I just didn't like it. The Padres are freaking hot, guys. They're hot.
They
So
are.
Padres money line then.
They're hot. First 5 run line, top Padres team total over. Whatever you want to do. Padres.
What do you want to do? It's your. You tell
Padres
me what you
first
want
5
to
run
do.
line. First 5 run line. First 5 run line. So first and foremost, you could do either one you want, boys. The Friars are out of control right now. First and foremost, Dylan Cease on the mound. I do expect him to pitch pretty well here today. He faced this Milwaukee team last year. I will say Milwaukee's a little bit better than last year, but he went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. I will say that his start against Chicago was really impressive to me, considering that he introduced a new pitch. He went 6 innings, didn't give up any runs. The 2 starts against San Francisco are, man, San Francisco's not that good of a hitting team, but Chicago can hit, especially hitting at the time. So that was impressive to me. On the other side, Wade Miley is a lefty. It's the second start of the year. He's not a guy I trust in the first place. I just think that the Padres can get to him. Especially
Wade Miley's not bad, bro. He can pitch.
No, he's not bad at all, but he's a lefty against the Padres
True.
team that is
Yeah.
absolutely smoking right now. Even without Jake Cronenworth in the lineup, they're going to have Profar playing first base today, and Profar's been kind of hot, especially after that fiasco this weekend. The Padres left-handed pitching against lefties is just absolutely
But
ridiculous.
they've only seen one lefty in the last month. You were sure to tell us that yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm on the Padres, so it is what it is. I'm sorry that you guys lost yesterday.
You lost too.
I didn't lose.
Oh my God, this dude.
I didn't bet it.
It's a Brewers spot. All right.
It
It's
was
prop
100, not minus 115. It's truth.
Up this dude's meds. Prop Beaver. What?
Oh man, I missed something yesterday. Clearly,
The weirdest exchange ever. Prop Beaver, what do you like here?
I'm going to pass on this one. I have no clue what to do. I have no clue. Padres hit lefties well, but this Miley clown, he always somehow pitches like 5 innings of good baseball, despite looking like he sells scratch-offs on the side of a gas station. I don't get it. And then we got Cease, who's great, but what am I supposed to let one bad late-inning performance from Milwaukee make me declare the bat's dead and fade him? I don't know. They still have plenty of guys on base against Musgrove. This is a pure pass for me. It's a pure coin flip. If anything, I'd go with the team with the plus money, but I'm going to pass.
I mean, what about maybe saying, I don't care who's pitching, take the over with 2 of the hottest lineups in baseball?
That was my original lean, but then I thought more about it and I said, I don't even like that.
Then you thought more about it and you said,
Padres aren't going to have 2 of their top 3 arms in the bullpen.
So over.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me look at the Padres bullpen because when we talk about the Padres, I don't even trust what Toast is saying anymore.
Dude.
All right. There's no Suarez. There's no De Los Santos. So they have Peralta. Oh, Padres bullpen is gassed, man.
wouldn't go that far.
What do you mean? Who's the arms that you trust coming out of this bullpen?
Peralta, Matsui, and Cosgrove.
You trust those guys. Toast, last season, you went on so many rants about Cosgrove.
About how good he was.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, I think the only way I would go is Brewers here. I guess
I wouldn't play the Padres money line. There's no way in hell I play the Padres deep in this
Brewers.
game. No
Yeah,
way.
but this is impossible. I might bet this one too.
And the Brewers have a rested bullpen as well. So
Yeah.
you're going to have everybody out.
Brewers is the move. This is what the Padres do. They get your hopes up, and then when you hammer them, that's when they fall and they fail, like today.
I did not hammer them, for the record. I just bet.
Sounded like you hammered them. You're like, team total over first 5, whatever you want, load it up.
It sounds like you did a 5-way with them.
Yeah.
Oh. When I do a 5-way, you'll be well aware of when I do a 5-way, baby.
Okay.
Modai, what's the deal here?
Yeah, tough to follow up that exchange. I have my last home run pick of the day. Six dongs today. That's all we need. And I took William Contreras to hit a home run. And I sent this over, so if this one didn't make the graphics, I don't know what happened.
We got it.
I was gonna say this kid.
All right. He's been pretty good last 2 weeks. I mean, all the same numbers that I give out. I'm sure it gets repetitive at this point, but ISO rate of 30.4%. Last 14 days, barrel rate of 16.7%. That excellent in both of those metrics, which I like. It's also got some other ancillary stuff. Average exit velocity of 95.2. That's really good. That's the 5th best in the MLB over the last 14 days. Second in hard hits, only behind Bobby Witt. And the two most common pitches that Dylan Cease throws, it takes up 80% of his arsenal, is fastballs and sliders. Those are the two pitches that William Contreras hits the best. He's got 4 home runs his last 8 games. We'll see if we can get 5 after tonight.
Someone said they want to see Modai's hit rate. You keep that right in your Twitter, don't you?
Yeah, look at last year's hit rate. This year we're starting a little slow.
Ignore this year's.
Yeah.
Last year's.
His NBA hit rate. Look at his NBA hit rate.
Yeah, you had a great NBA season. I know that.
Yeah, I do it's not on Twitter, but every video I recap full season and how the yesterday went.
Cool. Yeah,
William
look
Contreras
at last
is
year's hit rate.
MVP.
Yeah.
He's that good.
All right,
What'd you
Toast.
I said William Contreras could get MVP votes. He's that good right now.
Yeah,
Very
That's not an overreaction at all.
Yeah,
All right,
the guy's only hitting 400.
You saw his numbers.
400, slugging 660 with a 214 OPS plus.
We're 6 hours into the season.
Nothing.
Guys.
As a catcher.
Season started day before yesterday. All right.
But
Brave-
Mets are almost in first place. 2 games back.
All right. Braves are on the road in Houston. Braves ended up winning this game last night, right? It was 2-1. I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't bet it, so I didn't even watch a single.
Or something.
I didn't watch. Oh, they won 7-1.
Hater blew up at the end. It was
I
hilarious.
was gonna say that dog shit closer
It
they
was
got in the
beautiful.
Way.
It was
Hold
absolutely
on.
beautiful.
I gotta look at this.
I was just like,
It was 2-1. I didn't have a bet on the game, so I didn't watch any of it. I want to pull up the box score now, though.
It was glorious. That's all I can tell you.
He stinks.
Absolutely glorious.
So, all right. So they brought Hader in down a run. Wow.
I think it's tied.
No, they were down 2-1 in the 9th when
Wow.
Hader came in, according to this.
Yep. Looks like it. It was
So they brought
2-1.
Hader
Yep.
in when they were down a run, and Hader gave up 4 hits, 4 earned runs in 1/3 inning pitched.
It was so bad.
They needed him to minimize damage.
Oh, it was.
Oh,
fantastic.
there was damage. All right.
There was damage.
So I don't know about you, Toast, but Hunter Brown, what he did in his last start, it offended me on a deep personal level, and I don't think I could ever even look at him the same. Honestly, he gave up. For those of you who don't know, he gave up 9 runs and didn't make it through the first inning.
Did he even get it out? I mean, I'm
He
I'm
got
not
one out.
serious.
No, he got 2 outs. It was 2/3.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I was dead serious.
Hang the banner.
It was truly an abysmal performance, and I think I might have had the Astros in that game. I don't know why I was so pissed about it. I must have had the Astros. I don't know why else I would have been pissed. But yeah, so I don't know if I could even think about backing Hunter Brown in any way. So the only way, I haven't looked at anything, but the only way I'd go here is Braves are over. So it's going to be one of those two.
Yeah, I'm on the over personally. I just put a half unit on the over 9.5. We saw like we talked about kind of a clunker yesterday between these two teams, and then obviously some late inning heroics. Like we saw Atlanta scored at the end, but I don't really think that neither starter is very good. I mean, we just talked about how bad Hunter Brown has been.
I thought you like Lopez. You spoke highly of Lopez last time. I thought.
I doubt that.
Maybe it was prop Beaver.
I could have been. Maybe I was smoking too much that day. I don't know. But regardless, Hunter Brown, his last two starts have been absolutely terrible. 3 2/3 innings, 19 hits, 14 runs against Texas and KC. So it's not like this Atlanta lineup, even without Ozzy Albies and him going on the IL, even without him, it doesn't get any easier for him today. And that Yankees performance at home, I just don't really put much stock into. He went 4 innings, and if he does that today, that's even more reason to like the over. Ronaldo Lopez has been decent his last couple starts, but one of them was against the Mets. One of them was against the White Sox. I don't really know if I trust that. I think that we're going to see some runs here today from him. Not to mention the fact that these bullpens are all used up. I mean, nobody's like unavailable. Like Hader's going to be unavailable because he's worked 2 of the last 3 days. But Abreu went 23 yesterday. Montero went 37. Seth Martinez has went 2 of the last 3 days. That's Houston's end of it. And then on the Atlanta side,
no Minter.
Minter didn't go. Pierce Johnson went 22 yesterday. So you're not really going to see Iglesias unless they really have a lead late. So I just feel like 9.5 is just a little bit too many with all these high-powered offenses. Austin Riley's going to hit one over the train tracks.
Hold on.
Over 9 for me.
As I'm looking at this Astros bullpen situation, how do we not just take Atlanta?
Yeah, I was going to say Braves. There's no way. I bet Houston here. No way.
No Hader. I mean, Hader might be physically and mentally unavailable after yesterday. No Abreu, no Montero, no Seth Martinez. Who the hell's coming out of the bullpen for Houston? Presley? What is he going to pitch 4?
No.
Yeah, dude, Atlanta. Let's bet the Braves.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
You're into.
I will say though, one thing I'm a bit disgusted about, and I'm a bit creeped out by this. I don't know.
You're creeped out by it?
It's so disgusting it creeps me out. I saw people I respect post the Braves first 5 team total over yesterday at 2.5 at -105. It is now plus 115.
Wait. And -105 is now plus 115. Well, I mean, I'm
Hunter
sure
Brown on the mound.
I mean, maybe Hunter Brown isn't he better at home? No, isn't he better on the road, Hunter Brown?
He stinks.
Maybe a bounce back start.
That would explain the line moving down.
Who cares? Braves, take them. Let's do it.
I'll take him with you. I mean, I'm certainly not back in Houston.
Yeah, right. I added Braves to my list. Modai, you have no more dongs. You're out of dongs.
But I have a dongless. Yep,
Yeah.
My nickname in high school. I have the over. I have the over in this one. Like Hunter Brown, I don't even need to talk about. And Ronaldo Lopez, I think. I think that the Astros are going to be able to get to him. Like the two, like basically 80%. Like I forget the exact numbers. Yeah, okay, no. So he throws the fastball over 60% of the time. The Astros hit the fastball the best in the MLB over the last 14 days. The next pitch that he throws the most is a slider. The Astros also hit that the best over the last 14 days. So I think that they're going to be able to get to him. And then you guys already talked about the bullpen. You already talked about Hunter Brown and the Braves bats. I guess missing Albies hurts, but they'll be fine.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
so Braves and over is kind of what we're all fan. It seems like that's what the community feels. Someone said, according to the BetMGM model, which I'm not familiar with, that the Braves should be -180 favorites. Now, I'm not familiar with that model, but I will say that's a little bit concerning that I feel like after looking at the Astros bullpen situation, after how Hunter Brown looked in his last start, I feel like the Braves should be maybe a little more heavily favored. But it is the Astros in Houston. I mean, you're not going to see Houston at home catching 125. You're not going to see that. So,
1 second though, whose model? The BetMGM model?
Dude, I don't know. I don't want to shit on the guy. I was just reading off the comment.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like, I would not give a shit what the book's model says.
Yeah.
Rob Beaver says, "I don't care. I'll shit on the guy."
I'm not shitting on him. I'm just trying to inform.
Slippery slope.
I'm just trying to inform that. Yeah, a book's model just doesn't sound like a good thing to follow.
Oh man.
BetMGM, don't listen to a word he says. If you want to offer me a check, my email's open. Mariners -130, over 7, under 7. All right. Reds on the road in Seattle here. I wish I played my stupid Mariners double result. This is another bet where like I had another game where on the show yesterday I had a really nice bet and didn't place it.
Yeah, I'm mad I didn't place the over myself when I said that.
What do you think about the spot? I mean, Hunter Green should deal against Seattle, right?
Maybe. I like Seattle. I kind of like Seattle a lot here, to be honest with you.
I don't like them a lot.
Yeah. Sent this out last night. Seattle at -130 for a full unit. I don't really trust Hunter Green. I think that Seattle has more issues with pitchers that are going to give you a whole bunch of spin. You're going to see a lot of fastballs and sliders and stuff off of that with Hunter Green. But I understand that he's probably a little bit better away from home considering he plays in Cincinnati, but he's just not a guy I trust. In these last 3 starts, he faced Washington. Again, all these were in Cincinnati, but Washington at home, he gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, had 4 walks. Not really impressive. Then he comes back and blanks the Mets. The Mets weren't playing good baseball at that point. And then he gets lit up by Milwaukee. Obviously, the Seattle offense isn't nearly what Milwaukee has, but with Logan Gilbert on the mound, who's looked fantastic his first 3 starts of the year against Toronto, Milwaukee, and Boston. And then that Milwaukee start, I understand that he went 5 2/3. He gave up 4 runs, and most of those came off the home run ball. That's just not what Logan Gilbert's known for. I just have a hard time believing this Reds lineup, besides Jake Fraley, who's on an absolute another level right now, gets to Logan Gilbert right now. And then not to mention the fact that Seattle has a full rested bullpen behind him. I think the Seattle offense is starting to click a little bit. I think that Julio getting picked off at the end of the game might have changed a little bit of fortune in that clubhouse. Scoring 9 runs yesterday was a huge positive for them. I think they continue it here today. I don't really in love with that Cincinnati bullpen, to be honest, either. So I'll take my chances with the home team.
AM says in the comments, it would be really rude for me to poach Kyle Kirms' community with my picks, even though they hit more than the Sauce Network. Dude, you were the laughing stock of college basketball. We were literally laughing at you every single day because you could not win a bet. What are you even talking about? Peace, yo. All right. I'd lean towards the Reds. There's no way I could trust the Mariners bats to get to Hunter Green. There's no way. I can't trust this Mariners lineup at all. I like the spot for him yesterday, but I'm leaning towards Reds. Would rather hear what Prop Beaver has to say, though. Let's bring him up.
I would pretty much have to agree with Toast here. I mean, Logan Gilbert has looked excellent besides a start at Milwaukee against a team that has been pretty much killing everybody. So take that out, and Logan Gilbert's looked excellent thus far. I'm not really in love with this Reds lineup as a whole, to be honest. And on top of that, they're pretty lefty heavy. Logan Gilbert's always been a bit better against lefties, so that I like working for him. I think he should be able to relatively shut them down. Also should be able to get the K stuff working. On the other side, you got Hunter Green. I don't particularly hate the matchup for him, actually. I mean, Mariners, I do think that maybe yesterday was a sign that they're going to start getting things together, but also maybe yesterday was just Frankie Montas regression starting to set in. I don't know which one to bite in on yet, but one thing I will say is that Hunter Green has been better on the road all of his career, and he's definitely been better against lefties. But this season, thus far, he has actually been struggling a lot more against lefties. Mariners are starting 5, maybe 6 tonight, so maybe that would help the Mariners get to him. I just know that when it gets to the late innings, the Mariners do not use any of their high leverage guys, and I trust them far more than the Reds' high leverage arms. So I would, at the short price of -130, I would rather back Seattle here and hope the last night was a sign of things to come for those bats.
Yo, that sun coming in on your face, bro. You got to fix that for tomorrow.
Someone got the roof open.
Someone said Prop Beaver in the full sun like a lizard now.
Well, first of all, I like the sun. Sorry, but yes, I understand it looks a little weird.
Oh,
I just thought you had the roof open.
Modi?
Yeah, that Hunter Green graphic I think is for me because that's I don't know if I don't think
it's not mine.
Yeah, you don't have to say it like that.
No.
I wouldn't touch that trash.
Yeah. Mariners, I mean, Hunter Green has a strikeout rate of 30.1%. Like, that's like a crazy number. That would have been good for 5th best last year. It's currently good for 9th best this year. His issue is he can give up contact, which is like why he gives up, especially in Cincinnati, gives up a lot of home runs and stuff. But last game, even against a tough Brewers lineup, he struck out 9. He went 105 pitches. So that bodes well, just the number of pitches and the fact that he did strike out 9 Brewers. And he has like the dream matchup against the Mariners. The Mariners literally strike out more than any other team, specifically against right-handed pitching. They have a team strikeout rate of 30.2% against right-handed pitching. That's the worst in the MLB. It's just an awful number. And if you just like want context, according to Fangraphs, a team strikeout rate of 22% below is what they consider average. 25% below is poor, and 27.5% 25% and below is considered awful, and they're at 30.2%. They're the only team above 30%. So it's a high number, like you see 8.5, and it's a little bit scary. But between the pitcher and the team, I think that number makes sense.
I mean, I don't really know much about the Hunter Green strikeout numbers, but I know any pitcher prop against Seattle the last couple of weeks has probably been profitable.
If Cal rallies in the lineup, it's looking pretty good. When I watched the other night against Jordan Wicks was like insane. I'm a big Cal Raleigh guy. He wasn't even trying out there. He was just swinging the bat like a caveman out there. It was insane. So the plate discipline for the Mariners is horrendous right now. They did only strike out one time yesterday, though. But as I said, maybe it's just Frankie Montas regressing. Hopefully things are back in business tonight and Hunter Green strikes out 55 people, but the Mariners win.
They struck out like 6 times against the bullpen.
Did you say 55 people?
Yeah.
55.
Well, it could go into extras.
Several extras. All right.
Never know.
I know. So Cardinals at Oakland here. Short price.
Super short.
Let's clear the picks out and get the poll going.
This series is dope. I wish it would just go on the entire year. I love capping these games.
Dude, it's way too early in the season for you to be complaining about series. That's a July problem, not an April problem.
No, I'm just saying the shit is gross. Both these teams are poopy McAss. I think you got to take the one at plus money and call it a day. So I'm at A's.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm at A's or pass. That's where I'm at.
I'm at 1-0 in this series. I'm trying to make it 2-0.
Okay, so you said A's or pass. Let me get that.
Like,
up.
even the Cardinals against lefty, you would think, oh, they got Goldschmidt. Like, they should be better against lefties. No, they're just as pissed against lefties. They're so bad at everything. And then you think, like, oh, with all that talent, like, they got to turn it around. No, they never do. They're so bad. So I mean, in terms of value, Lance Lynn coming into the crib at plus 120, I would take the plus 120.
All right, let's go over to Toast, because Toast was speaking with a little bit of confidence, and I'm 1-0 in this series. I'm looking to go 2-0. What did you bet yesterday? What did you even bet yesterday?
First 5 under.
Oh,
free.
Okay.
Absolutely free.
It was free. Okay. What do you like here?
It's my new favorite word since everybody uses it, so I'm going to start using it. Free, sold, all that good stuff. So no, all in all seriousness, no. I am on Oakland money line here. First and foremost, JP Sears coming off a really good start against Texas, where he went 6 1/3 and didn't give up any runs. His first 2 starts against Cleveland and Detroit, both teams that I think that actually can hit lefties a little bit better. He didn't look very good, but like Beaver was talking about earlier, I do not trust this Cardinals team versus left-handed pitching in any way, shape, or form. Sure, Goldschmidt, Gorman, Contreras, and Arenado have good career numbers, but Arenado just does not look like himself right now. Goldschmidt's really not there. I'll give you Contreras has been pretty damn decent. But Oakland has been playing pretty decent. I mean, they're 6-4 their last 10. Keep in mind, St. Louis is 5-5 their last 10. So Oakland's playing just as good as baseball as them. Lance Lynn's not a guy that I trust. I feel like he's been pretty damn lucky. He doesn't have fantastic numbers against Oakland. It's not overly horrible either. But I do like the fact that Oakland just called up Esty Ruiz, who's been down in AAA, just absolutely dominating. What'd he do 5 hours after being called up? Oh, he hits a home run in the later innings last night. He's going to be leading off with that power and speed at the top of the lineup. Mason Miller, all those guys ready to go in that Oakland bullpen. Yeah, I'm taking Oakland at plus 120.
I don't know. I mean, I know that it's what I'm referring to is kind of a little bit of a dead trend, because the Cardinals lineup against lefties really took a step backwards last season. But I still can't get 2022 out of my head with Goldschmidt. How good that dude's so good against left-handed pitching. And Sears,
yeah, he's been fantastic. Probably a Hall of Famer, no question.
Yeah, do it.
I didn't even say anything yet.
I wasn't even being rude. I'm just saying that right now he's batting 183 with a 48 OPS plus.
I feel like there's a lot of people blindly fading Lance Lynn that it's getting us a very affordable price on
I know that
if there's a reason to back the Cardinals, I'd be there.
They're playing Oakland. What more of a reason do you need?
Your pie charts look like it's heavy Oakland, but everything else I'm seeing looks like it's heavy Cardinals. So,
Modi, what do you think?
I got nothing. Pass.
Yeah, it's Oakland.
Let me look at bullpen. Let me look at bullpen usage here.
Everybody's fine. St. Louis had everybody go yesterday, but they went short. They're fine.
Oh, that's the main reason why I like the A's, because we got Mason Thriller back.
Yeah, dude, Mason Thriller.
They have
and
to have
not
a
to
lead,
bet-
or it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Well, no,
we'll
you got-
have one.
Oh,
No, I would go. I would go Cardinals here. I don't think I actually bet this one though. I think everyone's going quote unquote sharp, taking Oakland because it's Lance Lynn, and this is the better team. It's JP Sears on the mound, a lefty. We know the Cardinals have some pieces that can really crush lefties. Cardinals have the better bullpen. I know Mason Miller's dope, but the Cardinals still have the better bullpen. Gotta go Cards here. It's a short price to fade Oakland.
That'd be an excellent value bet in 2020.
It's still a good one in 2024. I mean, how good do you expect Oakland to be?
No, they're actually bad. I was looking for a way to fade them, and then I took a step back, and I was like, oh, wait. The Cardinals are also pissed. And I was like, one of them's getting plus money. I'll take the team that's getting plus money.
All right. So let's go to the next game. Cubs at Diamondbacks.
I'll just say I passed on this one as well. I had 3 passes today. I hate when 2 are back to back, but my last pass of the night, and I think there's only one more game. But yeah,
There's only one more game after this.
you don't like Jock Peterson to go yah tonight?
I guess you do.
He's on my list. I mean, I'm not gonna like push it. I don't have numbers and stuff like that, but he hasn't went deep all year. He's plus 350. I'll take my chances with Jock Peterson tonight.
For those of you that didn't watch the Arizona game last night, I had the Diamondbacks. They recorded. Ready for this? So the Cubs had Ben Brown starting. The Cubs started Ben Brown on the road in Arizona. The Diamondbacks recorded 3 hits in the game, just one off Ben Brown. The game went 11 innings. So the Diamondbacks had 11 innings against the Cubs with Ben Brown starting, missing their top 4 bullpen arms. So the Cubs with Ben Brown at starting pitcher and the Cubs bullpen missing their top 4 arms held the Diamondbacks to 3 hits over 11 innings. I mean, do you remember there was a stretch, I want to say it was in July, where maybe it was in like June, where Diamondbacks were the worst team in baseball for a month last year? Dude, no way. There's no way I could even glance at the Diamondbacks lineup. I don't care if Kyle Hendricks is giving up 9 runs a game. It would only be Cubs here after what happened last night.
It was so bad. I mean, Keegan Thompson looked like a Cy Young winner. Hector Neris had went back-to-back nights. He had thrown 30 pitches the night before. He came out there and looked fantastic. I mean, it was just an absolute
It was embarrassing.
Atrocity. Cubs team total over 4.5 for me at minus 130. This is kind of me just going with my gut here. No splits and stuff led me to this, but I was just looking at hit runs and RBI props, and everybody in this team's juiced up. I mean, even Garrett Cooper, who does hit left-handed pitching really well. He's a professional hitter, but his over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 150. So if he's juiced up like that, hitting in the 7 hole for this Cubs team, I just feel like the books think that we're going to have plenty of situations for runs here today. It's juiced up to minus 130. I think that helps a lot. And if you take a look at the Arizona bullpen, Ginkel, Thompson, Nelson, Jarvis, Mantiply, all have went 2 of the last 3 days. So I'll just take my chances with the Cubs scoring runs here. I don't want to have to worry about anything else.
And all the Cubs arms that were unavailable yesterday should be available today because they just had the day off. Meanwhile, game went to 11, and the Arizona used all their major arms. I don't know who's going to be available, though. They might have some available.
For Arizona or Cubs?
Arizona. They're probably not going to have Ginkel, probably not going to have Thompson, probably not going to have Nelson, probably not going to have Jarvis. Yeah, you got to go Cubs here.
Yeah. You might see Kyle Nelson. Yeah, maybe in a desperate situation or something. But yeah, it's just really hard to go 3 straight days. We saw it with Hector Neris yesterday. So.
All right, so your Cubs first 5 team total. Why would you go first 5, though?
I didn't. I did full
Oh, that's
game.
Prop Beaver's graphic. Okay.
You know me.
Oh, there's 2 graphics here. There's 2 team total graphics.
You know me, Mr. F5.
Don't call yourself that.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Toast here. I like what he was saying about the prop lines being a bit weird. I mean, I was just looking at them myself, and even Nico Horner, who's been ice cold thus far, he has his like bases prop at minus 125. Cooper has his bases line at minus 105. Like, what?
ridiculous.
What the hell are
It's
some of these
ridiculous.
prices? So I think that Tommy Henry's going to get hit up here. And then if you just look at the Cubs against his pitch mix last year, I mean, they were 5th in WOBA. They were amongst the highest in ISO. And then this season specifically against his pitch mix, they sit 1st in ISO. They also sit 3rd in barrel percentage against that pitch mix as well. So they're hitting the ball really hard against those certain pitches. It's a tough challenge for him. They're 13th WRC plus, 2nd in ISO, 22nd in OBP. I know they haven't been getting bases as much as they should be, but what I do like is there's going to be 3 lefties in the lineup here. Garrett Cooper, one of those lefties. Cody Bellinger, another one of those lefties. And Cody Bellinger's been hitting lefties a lot better than he hits righties. It's the same situation for Cooper. So we have 2 lefties in the lineup who hit lefties better, and Henry pitches worse against lefties. So that's a really nice advantage for us here, really rare advantage too, that helps us. And I think it offsets the loss of Suzuki here, because that definitely hurts. Suzuki is a lefty killer, but I think that there's just enough guys in this Cubs lineup to be able to do damage against Henry to the point where 3 runs through the first 5 plus 100, I think they're going to be able to do it, and the books are heavily implying it. So yeah, I'm going to ride with the first 5 for the Cubs to get busy. The only reason I did go with the full game is because the Cubs have been a bottom 5 lineup in the later innings, and Arizona, despite the fact that they had everybody go yesterday, they have been performing quite well out of the pen. I must give them credit.
I put this comment on the screen. Maddie says, "What is snakes?" Snakes are Diamondbacks, the Arizona Diamondbacks. So people are saying they like the Diamondbacks. What is snakes? All right, Modai.
I passed on this one.
All right, cool. 46%. I know it's threatening to make you go after a man who calls himself Mr. F5, but 45% of the poll said the snakes here are the move. So you know what? I'm adding the Cubs to the list. With
You're
the
going to
bullpen
back Hendy.
Yeah. I'll back anyone.
I think it's the move.
Against Arizona. Oh, whoops. All right, next up. Washington on the road at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, thank you.
What are you talking about? I said Washington also.
Yeah, but I actually placed the bet and
Yeah,
cashed.
I
You just
didn't.
leaned.
Yeah, but it was a dope lean.
Yeah, everybody has a dope lean.
But that lean was
I can
tough.
make a whole bunch of dope leans.
Washington money line would have been sick yesterday. I don't know why I didn't do it. Plain scared. I'm plain scared. So, I mean, do we know who's pitching for the Dodgers yet?
Yes,
I
it's
think Yarbrough is going to be the primary.
I was just about to say, yeah, you're gonna get probably an opener, and then you're gonna have Yarborough for a couple innings, and then they're gonna mix and match throughout. But this is also something I just wanted to touch on. This is something that Dave Roberts came out and said they're gonna do this for a while, so you can get used to this with the Dodgers. They're gonna be trying to give their guys his rest and stuff like that with Yamamoto and Glasnow and stuff. So you're gonna see a lot more Dodger bullpen days going forward in the next coming weeks than you normally do. So this is just something that they've decided as an organization they are going to do.
Very happy for them.
I'm inclined to go back to Washington again. I swear to God.
That's what
I have
I'm
a
doing.
full unit. I have a full unit on Dodgers -1.5. So just for everybody.
Oh, wait. Hold on. The Nats
pull
have
up that
no
bullpen.
yeah.
Pull
the
that bullpen up.
Yep, yeah. Okay, so I forgot. I had looked at this also. So
Oh,
it
baby.
just slipped my mind. So let me put that pick up for toast first,
So-
and then I will pull the Nats bullpen on the screen so you guys could all see. I will not go back to the Nats. I completely forgot that I looked at
Yeah.
this.
So while he's putting that up and pulling up that bullpen, it's really regardless of how you feel about the Nats. I wouldn't mind playing their team total if it's super tiny. If you're trying to go back to that. I'm going to look at that really quick. No, it's at 3.5 again. So you're not going to get your 2.5. But Finnegan, Harvey, 3 of the last 4 days, really, really bad. Even with Weems having the day off, he still went 3 of the last 4 days. Florio and Barnes both went back-to-back days, and they had like a lot of pitches. They're over 35 in that 35 pitch range. So it's not like they only went a couple innings or a couple pitches or whatever, and they're good. So obviously, you're going to be paying for it. I paid -130 for the Dodgers, -1.5. I don't give a damn. I think the Dodgers absolutely slaughter this team. So, yeah, Dodgers -1.5 for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to argue a Washington bet with this bullpen. They have nobody. No
Plus,
Weems,
I have
no
Dodgers
Harvey.
off a loss. on Jackie Robinson.
Who is going to be available here? Garcia? Garcia? Maybe?
I was going to say you're probably going to, high leverage, you're going to have probably Weems as your number one.
He pitched 3 days in a row. You can't.
I understand that, but he had the day off. I'm just saying for high leverage, you're going to have that, or because I think you're going to, if I'm what's his face, I'm going to want, if I'm Dave Martinez, I'm going to want Garcia to close for me because he's the guy that can get strikeouts. He's the guy that can put people away. So I would assume you're going to have to bring Weems in first and then finish with Garcia because you're not going to want to put Floro or Barnes out there.
I think that the Dodgers should win and crush this game. The question is, Prop Beaver said, you can't trust the Dodgers against a lefty starter. Corby's on the mound.
All right, let me just go ahead and say it. If one of the 45 other lefty starters in the league was on the mound in this scenario, I'm backing the Nats.
What do you mean by that?
5. I'm taking the
numbers
plus 1.5. And then you look at Corbin and his visits to the Dodgers. I think it goes as follows: 6, 6, 6, 4 runs allowed. I'm good.
Correct.
So yeah, pass.
And
it's a pass.
And he hasn't even made it out of the 5th in any of those starts. Maybe one of them.
He is
All
truly
right,
pissed. So yeah.
All right, let's do it. Dodgers minus 1.5.
But I'm not backing Dodgers against a lefty either. If you go ahead and you look at the recent starting lefties against the Dodgers, not even the best competition, and they're holding them at the check. So
yeah, I'm not even gonna put this on there actually. All right, let's do the community parlay.
I worry nothing about that. Dodgers 10-9, 10 easily.
All right. So, community parlay, they like the Orioles, Giants, Phillies, and they like the Rays, yeah. All right. Cast your votes. Matt, you want to tell them where they can find your stuff?
Yeah, Twitter handle that you see on the screen here, @JediModi, basically gets you everything.
Yeah, Matt, you're doing NBA stuff right now, too, on your YouTube channel, right? So Matt's doing NBA and MLB right now. He uploads daily videos on YouTube, and also, so that's his Twitter. You can find all his stuff there on his Twitter.
Yeah, you sold it better than I did. But yeah, daily NBA, daily MLB. NBA's been on fire. We're still working on baseball.
Ohtani, 1 of 15 with runners in scoring position, someone said. Is that accurate?
He's a bust.
Is he really not playing well? I don't follow individual players like that.
What do you tell you? He's a bust.
He's been annihilating the baseball.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't
know about the runners in scoring position. That's that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That might be yeah.
But look at his hard hits, his barrel just crushing it.
He's batting .338 with a 1. OPS and a 178 OPS plus. He's just fine.
Not good enough.
That's not gonna cut it. Yankees money line, Pirates money line. They liked Red Sox, but it was close, that one. And then Royals, they liked Royals. Okay, cast your votes for leg number 2. Yeah, we got we have an NHL guy on the website. I think he's been cold though. I got to figure out how to do an NHL live show. The problem is getting guests that are trustworthy and reliable because I personally don't follow it. So, like baseball right now, I'm not handicapping baseball right now. I'm just going based off what these guys say. NHL, I don't even really follow it. So I wouldn't even be like, I could bring on a guest and have a live NHL show. I wouldn't even be able to know, like he might be saying ridiculously incorrect shit. I wouldn't even know. So like, it's a lot harder for me because baseball I'm familiar with. I do handicap baseball every year. I'm just not doing it this second. So it's tough. It said, hey, Toe/Kyle, why are the Phillies called the Friars? They're not. The Padres are called the Friars. The Phillies are not.
The Phillies are the scumbags. So anytime you hear us call scumbags, that's the Phillies.
This is a close poll. I'm going to give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Astros are the bad guys. It's just. Yeah.
What do we do when there's a tie? Yankees
won. So it was 27 plus whatever.
Oh, okay.
So Orioles money and Yankees money line. If you bet Pirates, you'll get another shot. So we got. Did they like the Padres? Yeah, they like the Padres. No, yeah, they like the Padres. Braves.
Oh,
definitely.
Beaver. One guy to watch tonight for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. Could be a star. Just say it.
Could be a star.
His name is Andy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Andy Pages sounds like a fake name.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. He'll be starting in left field for the Dodgers tonight.
Sounds like a creative character. Head ass.
Yeah.
He is a credit character.
Joe Random.
But he's just killing the game in Oklahoma City.
All right. Looks like Braves are going to take this one, which is expected. Everyone voted for Braves in that game.
Yankees money line won.
All right. Braves money line.
I sent you an underdog as well.
Does it have Jake Fraley in it?
No, it doesn't.
Good morning.
Pirates money line. All right. What is the last leg of the community parlay? Cast your votes, and then I'll get Prop Beaver's underdog ready. Looks like Dodgers money line is gonna get it.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Can I get odds on that, please?
Plus 681 at FanDuel.
681. So the community parlay: Orioles money line, Yankees money line, Braves money line, Dodgers money line plus 681. All right, now let's let Prop Beaver share his underdog with us. All right, Prop Beaver, let's see what you got here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the underdog. We got Grayson Rodriguez over 36.5 fantasy points. They didn't have the outs available, but I expect him to get Ks, expect him to go deep into the game, and expect him to not allow too many runs, so I like the higher in fantasy points. Rodon, I took the lower in Ks. I explained that one earlier. Not too many K targets in the Toronto lineup. Expect him to get hit up. And then Garrett Whitlock, I went under 2.5 earned runs. It appears the Guardians' bats have slowed down, and I think that he's going to be able to hold them under that at home where he's better. So that is our 3 plays for today's underdog.
All right. And if you don't have an Underdog Fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow, head over to the website Underdog Fantasy or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So you deposit $100, they will give you a free $100 to play with. All right. Everyone, let's have a great Tuesday night. A lot of baseball on, some NBA play-in tournament games, even though not a ton of betting value in those tonight. I like tomorrow's, though, and which we'll be uploading videos for. I recorded them. I recorded the 2 Wednesday night NBA game videos right before we came live. So I'll be uploading them in probably like an hour, probably before these even start. So, yeah, a bunch of stuff coming. Tomorrow we're going to be live in the morning because it's we got day games. So we'll be live at 11:30 a.m. to do the day. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, should we just do all of them at 11:30? There's only 3 night games.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, it's just going to save you time.
Yeah, so we'll do all the MLB tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. It'll be me, Prop Beaver Toast, and Kamish will be joining us. So that'll be 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll go through the entire Wednesday slate. All right, let's have a good one. Oh, no, someone asked if I'm going over NBA after this. Scroll to the beginning of the video. We did NBA first. So just rewind all the way to the beginning of this video, and we go through the 2 NBA. So, everyone, have a good one. Remember to bet responsibly. And one thing about the NBA playoffs, I feel like this happens every year. Now, maybe not last year, because last year the NBA playoffs was very good to me. The NBA playoffs is unique in a sense that it's almost 2 months long. The NBA playoffs is like almost as long as the regular season. So I think a lot of people are like, playoff time, and they start hammering bets. The NBA playoffs is a whole season. It's almost 2 months. So remember, bet responsibly. We're trying to turn a profit over the next 2 months. Don't go all in on these very unpredictable play-in games. That's my advice for you there. All right, everyone, have a great night. Remember to bet responsibly.
See you guys later.